There are a lot of people that want Mississippi State to be great, not just within the vet school, but want to see it on the gridiron as well. I was asking Haydad just a second ago. This is the time of year where people are excited about the start of a new school year. There's an energy on a college campus. From your perspective, what's the level of excitement and energy kind of leading into this football season?
There's a lot of excitement. Anytime you go through fall camp, there's something new. And, I mean, you played football growing up. It's a new team, new coaches, new dynamics. You're starting to put in scouting reports, all of that stuff. There's a lot of optimism in what we're doing. And we've grown. We flipped the roster. We're excited to get ready to go play in Hattiesburg here in a couple of weeks. It seems like we've been practicing for a while now, but we're getting closer and closer to the game week prep. We're excited. Our guys have been doing a great job. Working their tails off. Had a great practice this morning, and I know we're excited about getting our guys out on the field and seeing what we can do. Both, early on in the season, you love this league because of the level of competition you have to go against, and the home games we have this season will be incredible. So a lot of good hope and optimism because of the job that our coaching staff did in the off season. Now it's time to put in the work and get ready for August 30th down in Hattiesburg.
Yeah. We talked to your counterpart up in Oxford last weekend, and we asked him this question. I want to hear from you. What is your August checklist look like? We get to August 1, you're like, all right, we're 30 days out from football. What do I have to do as the athletic director?
Yeah, at this stage of your career, you kind of get pretty rhythmic in what you're doing, but it's getting everything ready from a training camp standpoint. And first and foremost, it's our student athletes that have been here all summer getting ready through summer school and getting move-in ready. And as camps get going, we talk about football quite a bit, but you also got volleyball camp going on and soccer camps, and we're starting soccer season. So you're kind of getting everything ready for the fall. And then you're also, personally, you always got your own kids that you're dealing with. So, our kids started school this week, and they've been belly aching about having to go back. But it's just that time of year, and we've got kids moving into regular students at Mississippi State are moving into campus today. So it's that time of year everything starts to get cranked up. And, the best part about our jobs is the energy that comes on a college campus. And so when people start coming back, that's what makes it really exciting. But we'll be ready for our home competitions and everything we're going through. But it's an exciting time. Anytime August hits, it's go time.
Some of those students got done with the moving early, and they've made it here to Two Brothers, and they seem to be having a good time. So, got the hard work out of the way, and then they get to hang out a little bit before classes start.
Heck of a deal. Yeah, enjoy it.
Not a bad way to go.
You say that like they're doing hard work after classes start, though.
Well,
some of them are.
Some more than
some of them are.
Yeah.
So
not Brian.
No, my days are over on that. I work 3 to 6, and that's all you're getting out of me. I like to get on him about money. I like to make fun of him. He's got all the money in the world. You, on the other hand, raised $85 million last season. That's a historic number, obviously, here at Mississippi State. Is it easier for you to convince somebody who has money to come up with big money, or is it easier to ask the average fan, hey, can you give us 100, 200, whatever you could afford a month?
We've got great fans and great people, and I mean, with the khaki shorts that Richard's got on, you can tell he's got money. But
I just pulled this gift out that I was going to give to you. I might just put this back in the box.
We'll take the shorts. But when you got what we do changes lives. And I know there's a lot of things going on in college sports, but what happens when you have the impact of or higher education in sport is truly remarkable. We've got incredible fans. We've got an incredible donor base. So it's been truly showing a story, showing a vision of what Mississippi State has been, what we see it as, and it takes resources. So our Bulldog Club team have done an incredible job. And our Bulldog Club members. And it takes a little bit of everybody. And that's one of the things that, clearly, anytime you set records, it's cool because you look back and say it was pretty special, and you can't do it alone. I've said that so many times. But we've got great people at Mississippi State that care about our institution, that care about us being successful. And in this era, it takes incredible resources. So we've got a lot more momentum going on this year, and just like we talked about starting a new football season or new sports season, what we did last year, we got to make sure that we carry forward and get ready for this year, because we're not trying to just do it a little bit. We're trying to have a sustained program, and it's going to take incredible resources, especially with the level of competition we're going against.
Well, I can promise you, if we win enough games against Ole Miss this year, you'll have at least one more donor on the rolls. I promise you that will occur.
I'll be at your house the next day.
I think you better go to his house to get that check. I think that's maybe the.
Well, don't you worry. Don't worry about that. So.
Perfect. We asked Keith Carter the same question. So fundraising, obviously a big deal in this era in particular. What are you guys doing internally, though, to help be more efficient so the burden is not exclusively on the outside to be able to compete in this era?
Yeah, one of the things that, coming up in the fundraising side of our industry, I always, sit down with donors, prospective donors, and see their faces, not only just see who they are, but you hear about their story and their families. On the flip side of that, I've always, because of those experiences, always looked at it as we got to make sure we're the best stewards of those resources as well. So over the past 18 months, really since we've gotten here, we've looked at every expense that we've had, the way that we travel, the way that we invest in certain programs and certain initiatives. We're trying to be, and we don't say the word lean, we say the word, we try to be as healthy as possible. And again, we've had to make a lot of tough decisions to make sure we are, when we do go sit down with our Bulldog Club members and so many others, that we know that we're taking care of the resources. We show everything. We're very transparent in everything that we do as far as what our expenses are. Moving teams around. We all know what's going on with NIL and now Rev Share, what we're having to come up with. So it's a new age of what we're doing. But I've been so pleased with the way that our team has came together to make sure that, again, you can't cut a main artery and be competitive. But we're being as healthy as we possibly can to continue to have 16 high-profile programs that are going to go out there and compete at a high level.
Zach, you've got a boss in Mark Keenum that cares deeply about the place that he works. He cares deeply about Mississippi State. He also cares deeply about athletics and success on the athletics. Mississippi State made a commitment to you this year during the off season in terms of extending your deal and making sure that we're competitive in terms of across with your colleagues as well. What does that mean to you? A couple of years in, your deal wasn't up yet, and they said, hey, we want you to be here, and we want this to be a long-term thing.
Yeah, what Dr. Keenum and his family have done here has been incredible. And, Dr. Keenum, I've said it so many times, he's the main reason why my family and I decided to move here almost, 3 years ago, because I aligned with what he was all about as a person. Like, take out being a fantastic college president, take out what he's done with the college football playoff. He's an unbelievable human being, unbelievable leader. So to have that level of alignment and commitment, one thing I've learned is if you don't have alignment in anything, you can't be successful. And so to have a boss, have a leader, have a mentor like Dr. Keenum is incredible. And it's not just for me. He was out at football practice last week talking to our guys. Anytime we need him to meet with a recruit, that goes incredible. That doesn't happen everywhere. And it's not just in passing. He's spending time with them, 20-plus minutes in his office showing around what it means to be a Mississippi State Bulldog. So to have that level of support is incredible, and that's something that, I never take for granted.
We do have a gift for you. I think we're going to hold on to you for one more segment, but I'm going to give you this. So Gentile is a Mississippi company. They have been one of our partners for a long time. And we've got some Mississippi State gear. I'm going to pull it out so you can show it off. So we got gray hoodie with the interlocking MSU.
Now, that is a great logo.
That's awesome.
Do you like that logo?
I was not setting him up for this.
I do like
That's
that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's good looking right there.
Yeah, well, sure. You wear that proudly.
I certainly will.
So, Zac Keenum. I just mixed
got
two of them as well.
Dr. Zac Keenum.
I just got adopted by the Keenum family. Thank you.
That's not all bad. Not all bad. Zac Selmon.
Now, we were just joking around about this, but I would not be doing my journalistic due diligence, as they say, if I did not ask this question. You know as well as I do, there's a lot of public support to make a change, to go from the state script, to go from the banner M back to that logo right there that was so popular at Mississippi State back when I was a younger man. Is there any momentum in the athletic side of that to do that?
Yeah, we're excited about some of the plans that we have, and one of the things that I think you've realized since we've been here is we're going to listen to our fans.
Yes.
One of the things I was really excited about was we had an outside group that started some focus groups for us with fans that started in May and got some really meaningful dialogue and ideas, not just on the marks and the logos, but a lot of other things that we can do from a fan experience side. We've got our next meeting next month, and we've also got a couple student kind of council feedback groups. So we're going to constantly look at ways that we can meet the needs of not only what we're doing. Our student athletes are always the primary focus of what we have to do, but if you call it 1A. Then 1B is our fans. And we've got the best fans in America, passionate fans. And I know how much the logo and the marks mean to so many people. So we'll continue to look at it. But just know our team is working tirelessly. And when the time is right, we'll make sure to
What? Y'all can't see it. If you're not watching on SuperTalk TV, he's got this little grin when he's talking to me about this. Just a little tiny grin.
It's just a beautiful day.
It is. It absolutely is. Here in Starkville, here in the Cotton District.
Hey, Dad, weren't you a huge advocate for state script, and now you've changed your mind again?
I have a whole reasoning for that, and my reasoning is very solid. That I like the state script, first and foremost. I think it's a great brand. I like the idea of branding as state because I've said when I was growing up as a kid, the Egg Bowl is state versus Ole Miss. So I like that idea, and I like the logo itself. When I threw my support fully behind the state script, I didn't know that we could possibly get that back. And once I realized, wait, we can have this is, I don't have a problem with the athletic department being branded with the state script. I like that logo. But this is Mississippi State football to me. And that's just my opinion as a fan and as, one person. I know your job is to represent all of us. So, but that being said, if I'm listening to what you just said, I would take that as encouraging.
And our fans have been, again, incredible. The feedback.
That's a good-looking logo.
That's a good look.
Looks pretty
It
good,
looks
doesn't
good.
it? And, again, I love the idea of branding. If you're in the South and you say state, people know who you're talking about.
Absolutely.
There's only
no.
one state in the SEC. I know LSU,
No,
but they are
LSU is not
LSU.
state.
They're not
They're LSU.
Louisiana
Yeah.
State.
So before we came on the air today, I got an email. You've been a busy man today. You made some hires. I asked you this question once before. It feels like in this NIL era, everybody's got these job titles that didn't exist a week ago. So tell me about these people that you brought in on staff today.
Yeah, one of the things you've got to constantly not stay ahead of the curve, but constantly evolve. And so we put out an announcement earlier with our CFO Mitch Moser, who's a longtime CFO at Duke, and he has a great career at Huron Consulting. He's came in and done an unbelievable job. Now with how we're sharing revenue, there's also some reporting mechanisms that we have to do, and it's significant dollars that you're talking about. So Mitch has came on and been a great addition. And then Greg Phillips, we started a talent management services unit, which is a brand new unit for us. It's overseeing everything from how we evaluate talent, so working with all of our sport programs, and not only just with rev share, but also with third-party NIL deals. And then KK came on in our Bulldog Club, and she's out seeing through our Bulldog Club members, seeing them, people that have businesses that want to do, meaningful business deals with some of our student athletes. We know our student athletes have great influence, whether it's from their social footprint, their voice. What we really work with our student athletes on is look at yourself as not only your brand, what you're doing now, but how can you do it long term. So this was just another step in that direction that we always want to be a leader in college athletics. We want to stay ahead of the curve as much as we can, but also know that announcements like today show us, in addition to the great people we already have, and we've assembled, you call it maroon glasses or whatever, I'll take our team against anybody in America. And so we have great people, and then continue to add to great people. Special things can happen. So I'm really excited about Mitch, Greg, and KK, and I know that was announced earlier today.
Visiting with Zac Selmon, Athletics Director at Mississippi State. It's our Not Fall Camp Tour, all things Mississippi State today. While we're on the topic of hiring, I feel like you could know what Mississippi State baseball is and know what the reputation is, but until you're around the program, until you're in the stadium, maybe it's hard to realize just how important it is to Mississippi State people. You certainly are in a spot where you recognize that, and you went out and you hired Brian O'Connor this year. We're going to get a chance to visit with him coming up in just a little while. What a home run hire.
Yeah, we always look at it as the reason I got in this business is because, again, it changes people's life for the better, and I've just been a firm believer that you can win at the highest levels, be a good person, be about the right stuff, and you're exactly right. When you come to Mississippi State and you see Duty Noble and you experience it, it's another level. Our fan base, the grills, the rigs, everything, the players that we've had, Coach Polk. So it's special. And then when you want to have a leader, you want to have somebody that, again, can not only just win, like that's easy to be competent in what they're doing, but I think also be a part about the right stuff. And, Coach O'Connor, I'm glad he's going to be on. He's a Hall of Fame coach, but one of the things that I love about him is he's a Hall of Fame person. and you see him as a husband, you see him as a father, you see him around his staff and his players, you can see why he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's as competitive as anybody I've ever been around. I love that about him. And he's such a great fit for us, such a great fit for everything that we're doing here. And I know we're going to have a lot of good times with Coach O'Connor. He's done an unbelievable job in a short period of time, and we're really pleased with him being on board with us.
You mentioned fans a second ago. It's never been easier to stay home. I mean, the screens are bigger, everything's more expensive when you go to games across the country. What are you guys doing to get them back?
Yeah, and our fans, again, I said it, our student athletes are always 1A, if you will, fans 1B. We're constantly looking at ways that we can get better there. And we want to listen to our fans all the time. Because of things like that, you always expect things to happen quickly. And sometimes things just don't happen as quick as we'd all like them to. You look at starting this year will be September 6th will be at Arizona State. We've done things like lights at Davis Wade. We're working on things down the road that we can do with different concessions. Clearly, we've talked a lot about what we're going to do from a sound perspective. So we're constantly looking at ways that we can add new fan elements, knowing that we really look at it as from a driveway to a driveway perspective. What are we doing to make sure that we are giving people the opportunities to still come? Because I recognize we've got people that are spending their hard-earned dollars and be doing a lot of different things or staying at home. We want to make sure we're continuing to give them a reason to come. And that's something that our team has worked tirelessly on, and we'll never stop working on ways to not only have a great in-game experience, but throughout the year. And we've got a lot of room that we'll continue to look at how we can grow. And I've been really encouraged with the steps that we have taken, and knowing like the meaningful dialogue back and forth that we've had with our fans has been really good. Because I was a religion major in college, and we were going to do You didn't know that?
He said that. I didn't say anything.
Yeah. Well, we were going
Like
to go
history
do
of religion?
yeah.
Did you want to be a pastor?
No, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I was always interested in, growing up in the church, always interested in learning more, and kind of loved a couple of my religion professors there at Wake, and everybody, as a small liberal.
Especially at Wake, yeah.
You have to take a couple classes, and I just, I want to major in this. But, I had one of my professors, and we were doing a mission trip to Liberia, West Africa, and he said, go and figure out what the people need before you have your ideas of what they want. And so we've taken that same approach. Clearly, the core things of what we have to do, things like lights, that's a core thing we have to do. But we're also really being intentional about, each sport is a little different, and each fan experience is a little different, just like we're all different right here. So we want to take the feedback that we are getting, doing what we can, and knowing, again, that it takes time, but we rolled out a facilities master plan, and that wasn't just to put out a master plan. It was to give us a guidepost, and every element of that is how can we make our student athletes better, perform better, to win, but also how do we give our fans a better experience in each of our areas. So that's something that we'll constantly pursue at a high level.
Have you had a chance to talk to any of the older state fans like myself that tell you about this Southern Miss series and what it means?
No, tell me about it.
That used to be a big deal. I mean, and that's not trying to slight the USM fans that are out there now, but it's obviously different. But goodness, going up every year playing them in Jackson, I mean, this used to be a huge rivalry. So I'm glad that we're still playing Southern Miss. Unlike some schools, I think it's a good deal for the state, and I'm looking forward to going down to Hattiesburg.
Yeah, we're excited. We'll be there August 30th.
August 30th. I'll be there. I'll see you there.
138 degrees.
Doesn't matter.
Kickoff. That's right.
It could be 200 degrees. We'll be
the
there.
press box is air conditioned and the windows are shut. That's all I must say. So.
Good to know.